meeting has now begun.
All right, hello everyone and welcome. We're just gonna take a few minutes at the start here, just give some people a little bit more time to join in and get started. If you're also experiencing any audio or video issues, let us know. Feel free to reach out via the chat as well. This would be a good time to do it. So yeah, we're just gonna wait just a few extra minutes now. All right, for everyone who's joining, we're just gonna give it a few more minutes here just to get people in. If you guys are having any issues, feel free to reach out, let us know. From the chats I'm getting, it looks like everyone's in. We're looking good so far. Let's also get this recording. And we'll get started in just a few more minutes here, guys. I always have to give the latecomers just a few extra minutes sometimes, you know. But yeah, if you're experiencing any, like I said, video or audio issues throughout the presentation, you know, just feel free to let us know via the chat. We'll be able to help you out there. All right, so I think we're pretty much just about ready. So we'll just go ahead and get started here. People will be joining on the way in. Well, I'll be going through the introduction, so that's fine. So hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us here on IP VideoTalk, and as well to you all who are watching our live stream on Facebook. My name is Brian, our community marketing specialist here at Grandstream Networks. Today I'm going to be going ahead and going over the GVC3210. For those who aren't aware, it's one of our newer video conferencing devices, video conferencing device. And we're going to be going over just essentially a pretty, just going over an overview of the device. I'll go ahead and then go into some deployment scenarios and also some use cases for it. We'll just do a quick section here. We'll just go over and show you the actual hardware as well for the device. Afterwards, I'll go ahead and take any questions you have or any comments as well. But with no further installments here, let's just go ahead and get started. right, so I'll just give just a couple seconds here to let the presentation come up. All right, so everyone should be able to see the presentation now. And yeah, just to also put this out there real quick, for everyone attending here on the IP VideoTalk side, we're recording this and I'll be sending out the presentation slides and everything afterwards as well. So anyway, we're talking about the deployment scenarios of the new GVC3210 video conferencing endpoint. Just came out with really exciting device. It's been up and coming. We've been getting a lot of buzz about it. So we figured to go ahead and cover it in this video talk here. So quick little introduction about Grandstream. Founded in 2002 with over 600 employees. We have the full product portfolio containing over 40 products between our business conferencing, IP phones, gateways, all the way to our award-winning IP PBXs. Like I said, we're primarily serving the small to medium business market and consumer markets. We really have offices all over the world, from US to China, Morocco, Venezuela, and the Netherlands. We have that award-winning history that we've been getting lately. Everything from our recent WebRTC award to our Frost & Sullivan award we're really proud of, Internet Telephony awards, and of course TMC as well, just to name a few. Really always proud to receive these type of things and be able to share that with everyone. So when it comes to Grandstream, one of our bigger things here is just we really bring that total Grandstream solution. So we really have everything from our IP telephony, from our audio IP phones, video IP phones, our ATAs, our gateways, the IP BBXs. With conferencing, we have the video conferencing systems, and of course the new endpoint here, and our audio conferencing phone. From networking products as well, the Wi-Fi access points, gigabit VPN router. This is definitely a new part of our business too. To our security products, our new facility access systems, such as our GDS 3710 and our upcoming GDS 3705. To our surveillance cameras, video management systems. We really try and come with it all to be a one-stop shop for any deployment that you have. But today we're going to be talking about business conferencing, specifically the GVC3210. But when it comes to business conferencing, our solutions, functionalities, they're flexible and powerful, and it really comes out that it can help and sort of really bring this sort of virtual collaboration to businesses of any size. We really aim to have it packed with features and to really modernize organizations' communications. Video conferencing especially is becoming something where it's a standard in the workplace. So really the technology and even the affordability of it should be as well. So like I said in this presentation, I'll do a quick overview here. It's just 3-4 slides of our video conferencing solutions. Then we'll go ahead and start talking about the advantages of the new 3210. Like I said, then we'll go over those deployment scenarios and then the use cases as well. So to kick it off with our conferencing, of course we have our GAC 2500. It's our Android IP conference phone. Comes equipped with that 4.3-inch captive touch screen, full LCD, 6 lines and built-in 7-way conference bridge all into the device, dual gigabit network ports, integrated Bluetooth, USB, Wi-Fi. It runs the Android 4.4 and offers full access to the Google Play Store. Our GVC3210 is one of our first video conferencing offerings here. For those who aren't too aware of this one, these were the 3200 and the 3202 were sort of our first offerings when it came to video conferencing. Has that Android support as well, embedded MCU, advanced remote controlled pan tilt zoom camera, wide angle lens, up to 12x optical zoom. Of course, gigabit network ports, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 3 HDMI outputting ports. This thing is just really loaded with features and functionalities. Taking a step down from that is our GVC 3202. Is Also Android 4.4 based. We have support for Skype, Google Hangouts, SIP video calling. The built-in MCU only supports up to two-way 1080p video conference and a three-way 720p VGA, but still has an advanced controllable pan-tilt zoom camera, the wide-angle lens, and up to a 9x optical zoom, and everything else there in the suite. For those who aren't aware, IP Video Talk 2, this is a big part of the solution, especially when it comes to the GVC3210, but it really enhances the capabilities of the GVC conferencing devices. It has that web browser support, full HD video, screen sharing, connect to conference rooms by linking it to the GVC3210 series models. So you can have multiple locations join, or people can join via the web. One-click join meetings using the WebRTC capable browsers. Two-way video via the GVC WebRTC, HD audio as well. For those of you who are joining via IP Video Talk, that's what you're on now, so you're experiencing it. Those watching via Facebook now on our Facebook live feed, we're streaming it straight from the IP Video Talk portal. Just side note here, I'll be mentioning it a few times. IP Video Talk Room Systems really enhances the capabilities of the GVC3210 series. I'll probably be mentioning it a few times here in the 3210 presentation and showing how. But what we're here to talk about most of all is our new GVC3210. It's just really that intuitive, easy to use video conferencing endpoint. So let's go over just a few key important details about the device here. So the video conferencing endpoint, the GVC3210, we have that sharp HD video resolutions all the way up to the 4K Ultra HD. It runs on an Android 6.x operating system, and it has full access to the applications on the Google Play Store. So everything from your productivity and meeting applications that you frequently like to use, such as Skype or IP Video Talk, to your Google Calendars, all available there. Has the integrated dual band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, really just making it, just trying to sort of limit the amount of cords needed for this device, really make it flexible, mobile, easy to install, intuitive to use. Has that built-in 4-mic array with noise shield technology and support for external audio equipment. Definitely very useful. The advanced camera with a 16M pixel CMOS sensor, 90 field of view wide angle lens, and it has EPTZ. So you will notice this device, unlike the other GVC devices, the pan, tilt, and zoom is E. It's all electronic built into the device. It doesn't actually have a mobile lens that moves around. Support for Miracast wireless content sharing. When we're looking at just hardware-wise, it has that 1x HDMI into HDMI out and two USB ports and one micro SD, just for that full storage and presentation quality. So just to give a quick comparison, I'm going to compare the GVC3210 to the 3202, just because the GVC3210 is kind of the next step down the line there comparatively to the 3202. The 3210 is a point-to-point video conferencing endpoint, where the GVC3202 can support that point-to-point conferencing, but it also has an embedded MCU. The 3210 though has that 4K Ultra HD for that complete crystal clear quality that we found is really important for small to medium businesses that are looking to break into video conferencing, comparably to the 1080p HD for the 3202. Controllable EPTZ compared to the controllable pan tilt zoom camera on the 3202 that also has that up to 9x optical zoom. And the 3210 sort of has a built-in 4x mic array compared to the 3202's needing and using the GAC2500, which is our audio conferencing device I showed earlier. It really helps to make the GVC3210 a little bit more of a compact, sort of one device fits all solution. And of course, the 3210 has an affordable price point for just really flexible deployments. There's a lot of different ways you can utilize this device, which we'll be getting into here. So first, let's kind of talk about the importance of video conferencing. So I pulled a little bit of numbers here. We did some research on some of our recent blogs. You can definitely catch a little bit more of the information there, definitely in some more details. Always recommend checking those out. Really informative. Great, useful information. But video conferencing is becoming a necessity for today's competitive marketplace. I mean, even right now, you guys are joining and watching me, utilizing video conferencing and sort of experiencing this presentation. It really offers something that other means of communication, quite frankly, can't. But we have 26% increased task performance when it comes to collaborating and meeting through video conferencing compared to traditional, maybe audio only type of ways. 94% of businesses that utilize video conferencing see increases in productivity as part of a Wayne House study there. 65% of people who use content sharing, use content sharing in more than half of their video calls. Definitely being able to share just any type of documents or presentations is really a big necessity when it comes to utilizing those video calls, and that's all something that's supported with our series of video conferencing solutions. 58% of internal workplace meetings are now done through video conferencing. I'm sure you've all experienced this as well, whether working internally with your own department or maybe other departments, or perhaps maybe with clients and customers. And 55% of the communication process can be comprised of body language. This may not seem like the most stunning stat ever, but ask pretty much anyone who deals and works in sales. This can definitely be a make or break situation. Being able to have that face-to-face impact can really make a difference. So what we're talking about here today with the GVC3210 is all about enhancing productivity. So from those cost-sensitive deployments with a need for intuitive video conferencing. So kind of what does it bring to the table that enhances this? The Android interface, of course, it pairs with most video and web conferencing services. IP VideoTalk room system integration is a big thing too. That's what we're currently using right now. Really allows for you to take any meeting space with the 3210 and sort of push it into that virtual collaboration area. The 4-mic array allows for really a small office footprint. You really limit the impact that you have. Don't need so many wires, don't need mics all over the table. Of course, those can always be integrated as well. You definitely have your options there, but it's really, I'll be showing it hardware-wise as well. It really is a little bit of just a click on and start going sort of solution. And of course, the content sharing support, like I was talking about earlier. This presentation itself, definitely was a big thing when it comes to meeting and having your productivity that way. So what about empowering collaboration? So like I said, it upgrades a conferencing room, just a typical meeting space, into more of a virtual collaboration space in which you can really connect with others and connect with other meeting spaces, other conferencing spaces, and link them together. So what should you look for in deployments when you should kind of go, maybe a 3210 would be good here? Remote workers are definitely a good example where we can see this getting deployed, and we do see this getting deployed, sort of bringing them into conference places where maybe most of your department is. Then you can go ahead and integrate and bring in those remote workers. Numerous clients and geographical limitations. This is always a big one. We've heard of clients that are located in areas where they just really cannot travel, or maybe there's so much traveling they just really need to cut down on that cost because they have so many clients as well. This is definitely a big impact there. Multiple work sites, always a great way to bring it in. Here even in Grandstream, we have multiple offices. We use multiple GVC conferencing devices to sort of bridge that distance and sort of eliminate any drops of productivity that could be caused by the distance itself. Remote classrooms even definitely have a big impact, and I'll be going into that a little bit later. And of course, HR and training focus type deployments as well should be something that should make you think, maybe a GVC3210 could be good here. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of water. All right. So discussing with customers. So if you happen to be in here and be a reseller, which I'm assuming most of you definitely probably are, or one of our partners. So basically, here are some key points when it comes to actually discussing it and pitching this device. Enhances collaboration between regionally separated employees. I touched on it, but this is a really important thing. If you have a customer who they have either people who are traveling a lot or different offices, remote workers, anything like that, this as a deployment is perfect. Connecting multiple meeting spaces into one virtual room. Definitely really important, especially when it comes to sort of working either with clients or if the customer is someone who outsources work. Really able to bridge into meeting spaces, putting them into the same place has huge advantages when it comes to productivity and collaboration. Eliminates the costly need to travel. Traveling costs are definitely something that are going up as honestly businesses are getting a little bit more capable, a little bit more spread out, a little bit more productive. Being able to sort of cut down on that when you really maybe don't need to send someone and instead you can go ahead and utilize video conferencing has a big impact on those costs. Creates a personal face-to-face environment. Like I said with the earlier statistic, you may not think this is too big of a thing, but really having that availability to speak face-to-face with someone else, work together, see their body language can really have a big impact on the end of the day. And further integration of cloud technology. I mean, I remember a few years ago, maybe a little bit more, cloud was, kind of just a buzzword, but cloud is here, and it's pretty much here to stay. It's what we're moving towards here with the future, and just having video conferencing just kind of keeps putting you forward and modernizes your customer. All right, so into the actual deployment scenarios here. So it's really you want to look for industries and organizations where collaboration is key. So office environments, small to medium businesses, education, so classrooms and advisor offices, for example. Professional and personal development, so whether it be someone, for example, when it comes to sort of professional training or personal development in the sense of home care, or possibly even cooking, or even music lessons. We've heard this type of device in the GVC3210 utilized. Logistics can definitely have a big impact, especially because you have so many people so spread out. It's hard to bring them all into one space. 3210 is a good deployment situation for that. In construction and engineering, definitely has a big impact when it comes to video conferencing, just because you have those construction sites spread out over different remote offices, regional offices, need to connect engineers with the actual on-site workers or specialists. You can definitely be able to do that with video conferencing to sort of keep that productivity up and keep any type of sort of management delays down. All right, so let's go a little bit more into detail on office environments of how this deployment helps. So we have employees with empowers employees with quicker meetings, greater productivity. So we've all had those situations, especially some of your customers where it's just frustrating to just speak with someone over audio. You wish you could share content, a presentation, sort of bridge meeting spaces. This is definitely a great way to solve that issue. Face-to-face impact in critical meetings. Like I said, if you're sort of deploying this in any type of office environment that has a big sales aspect, they outsource work, anything like that, just really you can have those critical situations where being able to speak and work face-to-face or bridge conference rooms can have just really make or break situation. Internal department meetings, definitely a big thing when it comes to a little bit bigger organizations. I know it's a large thing here for Grandstream. We have everyone, whether our sales use it for their internal to reach out to remote, or marketing, we use it, our IT and engineering teams. Really allows for that unified sort of conference space. And of course, bringing in the remote employees and multiple office locations as well. So let's talk a little bit about education. So this goes from everywhere from school all the way up to, from lower education all the way up to higher education, your K through college type of thing. Just having that greater student engagement is a big thing. So guest speakers and just sort of bridging in classrooms for group work are becoming just a much bigger bigger way to engage classes and keep students learning and active, especially with some of our younger generations coming in. Recording and stream classes and lectures definitely has a big impact. Anyone missing any type of lectures or classes, or maybe one that has to be streamed online, definitely a way to go about doing it. Like I said a little bit earlier, combining the classes for the group learning and special projects, we definitely have a big impact there when it comes to keeping students productive and just really finding new ways to help people learn and educate them. So professional and personal development. So this one is a little bit less known, but definitely has the big impacts. When it even comes to webinars like this, or if you guys have ever had any type of meetings with any individual who maybe works as a consultant, or maybe even teaches at a more personal level, like I said, music or sort of life skills, definitely useful here for that type of deployment. Supports the one-to-one interaction needing for lessons and trainings of this kind. This is definitely something that's big for HR and, for example, maybe financial advisors as well. Group classes can be made available utilizing IP VideoTalk. Like I said earlier, the IP VideoTalk room systems can really sort of take that point to point. Utilizing the IP VideoTalk, you can sort of have a lot of people join the class online. So definitely really helpful there. Then the 4K resolution, ultra clear audio will sort of ensure that high quality. When it comes to that sort of one-to-one interaction, you really want to have that highest quality possible. The GVC3210 is definitely the endpoint for the job there. Logistics. So this is definitely a big one, especially when it comes to warehouses and maybe shipping companies. You really have a lot of people who are all over the place and really spread out. So being able to have just sort of this type of device put into any type of meeting space, collaboration space, and bridge everyone in has a big impact. From stock planning and shipping strategy, this is definitely always something where you can either have multiple warehouses all come together, especially when it comes to shipping and logistics. You really have that extreme time constraints. And being able to sort of quickly make video conferencing meetings and just sort of shorten that time it takes to complete projects as a result of that has a big impact for customers. Connecting remote drivers, like I said, multiple warehouses and maybe even office teams are involved, definitely has the big benefits. Time-sensitive projects requiring a conference room and productivity features. Instead of having people have to all come together in one location, like I said, really bringing people together for this time-sensitive projects has that impact of just being able to shorten any type of delays or any type of emergencies that come up and come to a really quick solution. Definitely important for logistics and warehouse teams. All right. Construction and engineering. Multiple site support, definitely a big deal. Flexible and expandable conferencing, web and mobile client support to sort of bring everyone in that way. With the mobile devices for easy installment and transportation, the 3210, I'll show it a little bit later. You can really pick this thing up and go with it. Definitely very flexible. If you want a little bit more, look to our more of our more recent case studies on our case study page, which they sort of utilize our video conferencing solutions to get a little bit more information of how a endpoint or a device like this can be utilized in sort of construction and engineering environment. So just quick use cases for the GVC3210. We'll go through these. So when it comes to, we have those deployments, but how can you use them within them? Conference room or board rooms, training rooms, classrooms and education settings, huddle rooms and executive rooms, presentation and webinar rooms like the one I'm currently in, and of course those professional and personal development spaces. So conference rooms and boardrooms, we have those much bigger areas where it comes to sort of having either head of departments or many different individuals coming together for a meeting, and then being able to bridge that with either other conference rooms, huddle rooms, or people that may be remote that should be attending the meeting. This is definitely one sort of situation where the GVC3210 could come into use. Professional search training rooms. So we definitely have seen these, especially in call centers, for example, where we have these training rooms for people to sort of learn their professional development, sort of finesse and figure out their skill. It's definitely a great installment for it, whether it's multiple devices or being able to bridge in different scenarios, and also, of course, give presentations and content sharing off it as well. Classroom and education spaces, so within classrooms or maybe lecture halls, such things like that, having a video conference will definitely give just that additional way to sort of enable students to learn in new and different ways. Example, conferencing in, like I said, guest speakers or bridging classrooms for group projects. Of course, we have huddle rooms and executive rooms. You definitely may find this a little bit more common in small to medium businesses, just more small, compact spaces where people can have just those either scheduled or impromptu meetings to sort of work together and really press that collaboration. This is a go-to solution for that. Of course, what I'm in right now, presentations and webinar rooms. If you're sort of deploying in any type of area where you feel that it could have the advantage of using GVC3210 for either utilizing for presentations, webinars, like I said, such as the one you're in right now, definitely a perfect device for that, that as well. All right. Of course, professional and personal development spaces, whether it be a small business of either consultants or advisors, all the way down to just one individual, an entrepreneur, sort of utilizing and turning an office space into more of a sort of development and training space. This is definitely the affordable, flexible, and still very high quality device that can see huge benefits to them. All right, so that's the presentation, guys. Like I said, I'll definitely be sharing this with you in a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and showcase the actual device here a little bit for you guys and just sort of show you hardware-wise what's important features within. So let me just... Let me just flip us back over to the camera here. All right, I'm back. I'll just give that a moment to show up for everyone just to make sure. Okay. Okay. So I'll just scoot a little bit over here. All right, so what we're looking at here, guys, is the actual GVC3210. Just to give you a little bit of a scale on the device, like I said, this is a compact, flexible, very easy to use, easy to install device. As you can see, we have the 4 mic arrays that come from one side here, 2 in the middle, and then on the last end, of course, then we have our full lens here for the HD and 4K resolutions. When it comes to actually installing the device, we have our mount here. It snaps right onto any type of monitor, TV screen. This definitely is very flexible when it comes to how you can sort of deploy and tighten onto the device itself. When it comes to actually attaching the GVC to it, it's actually magnetic. So this thing actually snaps right on, and as you can see, ooh, risky, right? But very strong. You can be very confident in the staying attached to it as well. In fact, it's a little bit hard to take off. All right. When it comes to the actual controller for the device as well, so here's our Bluetooth remote. It's a very, very standard remote, but it still gives that very ease of use for the device itself. No looking for, numbers or anything like that. No, it's very intuitive. Also comes equipped with the touchpad here. As well as when you want to utilize and do deploy IP video talk with this GVC3210 endpoint, you can go ahead and utilize this to just go straight to that solution as well. All right, so just a showcase too on this. So we have the SD slot here on the side. On this end, you can see we have our Ethernet input, AC adapter as well, power source can go in there. We have our 2 USB slots available here. Let me just flip this guy around a little bit. We have the HDMI input and then the 2 outputs as well. And of course, speakers on the front. And just so you can see it, that's what the magnets look like on the other side there. All right, guys. So that's sort of is pretty much the entire presentation here. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you all. I'll go ahead and take some questions, answer them as best as I can here. So, if they have to do with more of the technical specs, I'll see if I can answer them. If I can, I'll definitely get back to you. If you have a little bit more questions when it comes to deploying the solution or case studies or maybe how you can use it for your customers or maybe within your own business, you want me to go in more detail on that, I definitely can. If you're looking for more materials on it, you can definitely find the device along with our user manual for it and of course the data sheet for it as well on our website. More information on video conferencing can be found there. We have a lot of really useful stuff online, whether it be our blog or different content that we have available. If you're looking for pricing information or where to buy, just go ahead and ask. I won't get back to you right away on that. I'm not part of our sales, but I'll definitely connect you with someone within our sales department who will be able to assist you further with that. So go ahead and either use the Q&A feature or use the chat. I'll just go ahead and scroll up a little bit and start going through questions. If you're happy with everything now, feel free. You're free to leave. I won't keep you. So thank you so much for attending. So let's see. Yeah. So Saffron. Yeah. So as a reminder, I will be sharing this presentation, both the actual slides and the recording as well. Yeah, so for Fabio asked a good question. Is there any automated zoom? You should be able to set sort of different presets, kind of like what I just did on our other conferencing device that would be able to scan and go along the room, so you don't have to constantly keep changing it manually. That can be quite the task. Totally understand that, but having that automated that automation with it, yes, you can do that. No follow me feature though, with that, just to be clear. When it comes to the actual bandwidth for the devices needed for the conferencing at 4K, I'm not too sure about that, but I'll follow up after this meeting and get you that information. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the Q&A. So yeah, like I said, with the device, I'll definitely, when it comes to bandwidth, I'll definitely be getting back to you on that one. Does it work for Skype to business like another UC platform? So yeah, so it definitely is a SIP-to-SIP conferencing when it comes to it as an endpoint. But yeah, so it supports that Android platform. So like I said, any app, for example, Skype, can be used on this. When it comes to the specific Skype for Business platform, I'm not too sure. I'll definitely look into that for you. But like I said, since it supports that Android operating system, any type of app available that you can use video conferencing through is available on it as well. Yes, you can use it with other brands and IPPBXs. For how many users is recommended to use this at one time? Like I said, it's a point-to-point system. So unless you use IP VideoTalk, it's kind of just really bridging one conferencing device and one conferencing device. But like I said, IP VideoTalk room systems definitely gives us the availability to sort of amplify how many people can join. For more information on that, definitely go on over to ipvideotalk.com. So yeah, Ernesto, for the construction deployment case study, just go ahead and go to our website. Up on the top, I believe it's under the Solutions tab. You'll see our case studies are found there. You'll want to look for the CompSA EMTE case study when it comes to video conferencing. So that'll have a little bit more information of how you can utilize our sort of video conferencing options within a construction situation. Yeah, definitely. So utilizing GVC3210, so Javier just asked, can you give an example how to use GVC3210 without IPVOTalk and get the major benefits of it? Hands down, definitely utilizing it to use that, like I said, point-to-point conferencing. It's a really affordable device when it comes to that. Definitely utilizing it for small to medium businesses that maybe they have one or two offices, maybe multiple offices, or perhaps they're just looking to connect huddle rooms or sort of have a situation where they do maybe a lot of outsourcing or sort of sales work, and they need to be able to work with different companies. For example, let's say maybe they're a marketing firm or a financial firm or even a law firm. They'd be able to utilize it with that to be able to connect to the conferencing devices of other companies. What is the key difference between the 3210 and the GVC3202? For key difference, I would just say it's just kind of like the next step tier down, the 3210 is. So really you have that GVC3200 that can support a lot of people, a lot of conferencing. It has that internal MC unit. 3202 is the next step down. It has the internal MCU, has a lot of heavy zoom, full pan tilt zoom control. Then the next one is the 3210, which is more of the actual endpoint to endpoint device in solution, but much more affordable as a result. Nope, the magnetic would cause damage to the top zone of TV, of an LED TV. After a long time, we definitely haven't experienced that or anything. The magnet is very much so focused just purely and supported to the actual GVC3210 device itself. So it definitely should not damage any sort of monitors or TVs as a result. Are there drivers to allow use as a webcam on a PC? I believe, let me check into that, Ashley. I believe you could use it on a actual monitor in PC, but for drivers, I'm not sure if it would be able to work or not, but I can definitely get back to you on that one. It is Wi-Fi. Someone asked, like I said, it does have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. For the construction application, do you sell or plan to develop a battery pack or carrying case for the unit? We don't have any plans for that currently. However, I can definitely see that as having a good use. So it's definitely important feedback that I can pass along to our engineering team for the device. Need to know if the device needs to be registered to a PBX or something like that. If you want to use it as a SIP device, for that SIP to SIP or IP conferencing, in that case, yeah, pretty much it would. I mean, I guess you could do direct IP to IP calling for it, but like any other phone or conferencing device, definitely having it go and route it through an IP PBX is the way easier way to do it. So highly recommend doing that. Yeah. Otherwise, though, to utilize the Skype feature and Google Hangouts feature, IP VideoTalk, all you really need is an internet connection for the device and have the app actually downloaded. Yeah, so yeah, just to go into that a little bit more, can we register as an endpoint with the UCM6200? Yes, you can. In relation to the audio side, could you get any expansion mics for larger conference rooms? Absolutely, because it has that Bluetooth integration. Essentially, any mic set that could utilize Bluetooth could essentially then be used to connect with that, with the 3210. Daniel asks, is it compatible with our GXV3275? Yes, you can definitely just do video conferencing. Like I said, any point-to-point conferencing definitely can handle that. Are there technical documents on the website as the minimum requirements and such? Definitely. Feel free to just jump onto our products page, navigate to our video conferencing, select the 3210 here. Then from that, there's a little product resources button. Go ahead and hit that. You'll find everything from the actual data sheet for the device to the user manuals and everything like that. All right. So I think that's pretty much all the questions, guys. If you have any more, go ahead and utilize the Q&A feature for that, just so I can see it there all in one place. Otherwise, I think we're pretty much good to go. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining. If you have further questions afterwards, like I said, I'll be sending out this this presentation slideshow, just so that you can go ahead and have it there. Feel free then to respond to the email as well, just to reach out to us there. Excuse me, reach out to me and I can assist you further. Does it have an inbuilt storage for recording? Yeah, so as long as you go ahead and utilize an SD card or USB, you can either store it there. The device is really limited when it comes to its actual storage. However, you can definitely store some of the recordings there as well. The mic pickup range for the 3210, that's on our data sheet, I believe. I don't have that information in front of me right now, there, Dennis. But I'll look into it and I'll get back to you on that shortly after this presentation. So yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate you coming. I won't take up any more of your time. Hope you enjoyed this presentation and video talk on the 3210. And have yourselves a great rest of the week and a wonderful weekend. Happy Wednesday.